Hey Glitchers, Janie here. Unfortunately, you won't actually be seeing my face for this video. I'm so sorry. And I won't be doing this video on a stove because last time I made this specific candle, I burnt down the stove. So regardless, yeah, the fire department had to come out and it was just a mess. Yeah, although I've always wanted to be an arsonist. You know, those firefighters are pretty sexy, you guys. Okay, so let's get started. This video goes out to 0514 Anna Baby. I know you've been begging me for this video, and I'm so sorry that it's late, but I have been sick. And when you're sick, you're sick. All right? So this is the candle that I made that you saw on my Instagram page, and I like it. And I've been burning it for a couple of days now, and it actually hasn't gone down that far. So I like this wax. And this is actually made out of two different kinds of wax, but I like the top wax so far. Okay, so you can make candles several different ways. I've been making them for some time now because I like it. But this is the first time ever making a column candle. Check it out. Check it. What? Shake that candle. Okay, and this is the way I've been doing it for ever. And I will tell you some of the directions in doing this. You're just going to need a mason jar, which are actually kind of cute aesthetically. I just can't believe I just said that. Ugh. And you're going to need a stick, what I call stick wicks. They look like sticks stuck to a piece of metal. And you're going to need some hot glue that wick in the center. Okay? But if you are going to use a jar, make sure the jar is going to withstand the pouring of the wax, because yeah, when I first started doing jar candles, I busted a glass and it went everywhere and I cut myself. Okay? I'm not that good with glass. Okay. Anyways, other materials, you're going to need a stir stick. Okay. And if you are going to be doing the column candles, you're going to be needing a mold. Okay. Yeah, and these are pretty expensive. So if you go to like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, which I did, get the coupons. They print 1,000 coupons everywhere. And then you're going to need a string wick. Okay, and it looks like string, just like this. Okay, yep. And they come in long like threads, so you can get them and cut them. You're going to need some, I forget the actual name for this, but it's like sticky stuff to put on the bottom of your mold. Ah, there's me. Hey. And see the hole right there? Yeah, you're going to put your wick through there and the sticky stuff, okay? And for your first timers, you're going to need a thermometer. And some of these things come in kits, so you can get all of this, maybe not the candles, but you can get all of this and like some wax and stuff like that all together. But I don't use the thermometer anymore just because I can eyeball it, okay? I'm a candle thumper. It's totally ready. Okay, you're going to need some wax. This is the top wax that I used right here. It's called paraffin wax. But there are other waxes like gel and stuff like that. The gel looks really cool. I've never used a gel wax though. It's probably really dangerous for me. But the gel wax, you can put stuff in it. So you can use like a jar and you can put like seashells in it and the gel will cover and you can see the seashells. Okay, you're going to need some scent to make your candles smell yummy. These are like flowers. These are my very first scents I bought. So, and then you're gonna need some dye. I have some blue dye. I have some red, some ivory red, obviously. Okay, and this candle was actually supposed to be red, obviously for Valentine's Day, but it turned out orange. Okay, so the directions they tell you to use for measuring out the kind of dye, it's a lie. They are lying to you, okay? And the last thing you'll need is a kettle. I broke mine in this past making of this candle in particular. But yeah, it's supposed to have a handle on it, okay? But you can still see some of the orange wax in there. And it will dry and I can remelt it and use it, even the wax in here. Okay, so to start off your candle, you're going to need to set up, okay? And normally I would put this on the stove on low and put the wax in it, like such, and let it melt. And you want to keep a really close eye on it or you will have firefighters coming to your house. okay? But you want to kind of stir it, you know? It kind of looks like a bar of soap in there. But you want to stir it around, all right, with your little stir stick. And keep it on the, like I have a gas stove, so keep it on really low, but I'm pretty sure it will be the same with an electric stove, okay? The next thing you want to do is you want to take your candle mold. Let's see if I can do this and show you. I'm sorry you guys have to see my wonderful green sweatpants, if you guys can see it. If not, I'm so sorry that I just told you I was wearing sweatpants. Okay, so you want to take your string, or your wick string, and I'm gonna doing this strangely because I'm having to hold my camera this time. And you want to take the wick string and you want to find the hole and put it in the mold. Okay? Put it in the mold and string it through there until it comes out, just like this. Okay? And you want to get it to where it's pretty short on the bottom. Okay, mine's not short enough yet, so we'll just keep pulling. Pretty short on the bottom. You guys have no idea how hard this is to do one-handed. Okay, and then you want to take your sticky stuff here, that's like the layman's term for it, and you want to just peel off a piece. Okay, I'm having to do this. Ugh, this is more difficult than it looks, y'all. Alright, so I'm having to do this like this. Alright, and peel some off, just a little bit, but enough to cover that hole in the string, because you don't want the wax popping out, because that would hurt. I have had that happen too. It is very painful and it burns. Okay, so you want to take it and kind of mold it like this and put it right here on top of the wick and everything, just like that, and mold it down, because this is going to end up being the top of the candle. I actually didn't know that when making this candle, so this was supposed to be the bottom, this was supposed to be the top, but I'm glad this is the top because it's much prettier. Okay, so you're just going to squish it down and make sure that it covers everything. Okay? And then you're going to flip it back over and voila. Alright? And so then you're going to make sure this is nice and tight in here. And you're going to take another one of these. You can break these. This is a skewer. You can break these in half and use it to, one to stir your kettle and one to hold this. But next thing you're going to do is you're going to wrap this around the wick to make it really, really stiff, because if it's not stiff, it won't stay, and then you're going to end up with like a funky wick. Okay, so I'm going to do that really quick. I'm so sorry this camera is like all wonky right now. Alright, and you want to make sure that this is probably like the funniest how-to video you guys have ever seen in your lives. Alright, so you're going to take the wick and make sure that it's really enormously stiff. Okay? And make sure that it's going to stay on there. You can secure it with like tape or anything like that. I'm sorry, you guys have to see so much of my hands. Alright, and make sure that it's sort of straight. Mine isn't that straight right now because I am camera manning and candle making. Okay? So once your wax is melted, not like in here, it will be like a liquid water. Okay? And then you want to turn off your stove, obviously, because the firemen will come and get you, like they did me. And you want to start picking out your dye. Okay? So in this case, metaphorically, I'm going to use blue. And they have in here like little droppers that you can see what kind of, or how much dye you're measuring. But I don't use it, I just kind of pour. But you want to take a look. Here is the dropper. Now be aware that these dyes are very, very, very expensive, especially for just like a little tube of dye. But anyways, these specific ones were about $4. They also come in cubes, sort of like these scents here, and the scents come in liquid too, but it's just pretty much your preference. Okay, but anyways, you're going to pour your dye in, okay, until you get whatever color you want. So if you want to make a purple, you could use the red and the blue together. Okay, but in this case, we're just going to pretend I'm using the blue. Okay, so look how pretty the blue. Oh. Okay? And so then you're going to pick your scent. Scent is the probably best part that everyone looks forward to. Okay? And you only need a little bit because it will stink up your kitchen. It really will. And you want to do this in like the last few seconds right before you pour your wax, because otherwise the scent won't be there. It will diffuse around the air. I feel so smart. I said diffuse. Okay, so after that, you're going to take your kettle and you're going to slowly pour it into your apparatus. It's either going to be this one with the mold, and there are a ton of different molds, but this is the mold I picked. Or you're going to do in a jar like this. And you want to make sure if you did do a jar like this, that your wick is securely put down and firmly in there. Otherwise, it'll pop up and you're going to be like, oh my God, what do I do now? Okay? So make sure it's securely put down there and pour the wax slowly. Otherwise, especially in this, it will bust. Your glass jar will bust and you will be cut like me, or your wick will move. Okay? Those are the two biggest problems that I've seen. All right, so pour it slowly and make sure that it's not seeping out from the bottom of the mold and that your wick's not moving. And so when you get it up to about, I would say about right there, or just up to the top where it's not overflowing, so you don't have wax everywhere, you're going to stop pouring the wax, obviously, and either use this for another candle or just kind of scrape it out. Because it will get cold, like my orange in here, and you can kind of scrape that out. Okay. But anyways, and let this dry. You can put some fans on it or something like that, but let it dry. Now, for a mold, it doesn't so much do this in a jar. It sometimes does, but not all the time. But for a mold, it's going to kind of sink down like this, except I've already been burning this. But it's going to kind of look like this when it's dry. So you can pour the rest of your wax that you have left over into that to fill it up so it'll be flat like this on the bottom. That's really ugly from this angle. Okay, anyways, so it will be flat on the bottom. So once that's dry, okay, you're going to flip the mold over, all right, and excuse me, but you're going to flip the mold over and you're going to tap, press kind of hard, and you'll feel it pop. It'll be like that, you know, and you're going to feel it pop, and when it pops, you just kind of shake it out like this, and it will come out. You do not need the spray mold, like, lubricant, I guess, to make it come out. You don't need it. The mold will do it on its own, and plus it's like $14 for a spray can of that. And then you'll have your pretty candle. Now, I do recommend, if you do multicolor layers like I did, that you let each layer dry before you do the next layer. So, make sure it's fully dry, or that you can tap it and it's kind of warm before you press the, or before you pour the other layer of wax. I know it kind of gets exciting and you're like, I want to pour it. No, she wasn't ready. That's what your candle's gonna do if you don't have it dry, because it's going to be like 5 different colors at once, but all seeping down. So let your layers dry first before you do any kind of other pouring of wax. But then you'll have your beautiful candle, and then you can burn it. Mine smells like lavenders, I think. Yeah, but it smells good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry that it's so late in the game giving it to you, but here it is. But make sure that you understand cleanup is a biatch. Alright, but it's fun. Alright, I love you, glitchers. Please spread the word about my channel and about my Instagram, and let me know what else you guys want to see, and I will do my very best to make sure that your videos and your topics come on YouTube. All right, love you.